Hey everybody, this is Frilioth and welcome back to another Minecraft episode on the AlphaCraft server. Today I'm over in Dreyma's base, which is absolutely amazing. If you've not seen her building any of this, really you should check out her channel. It is fantastic, and this really does remind me of being at home when I was a little boy, actually, in the street where I grew up. It looks just like where I used to live, which is brilliant. Anyway, I'm over here today because Dreyma and Dibz have got a big project on and they need a lot of paper. So I thought I'd help them out a little bit by making them a sugarcane farm. Now I'm not going to make one of those tiny little ones that give you 3 pieces of sugarcane an hour. I'm going to make a much bigger one than that because they need the paper soon. So I'm going to do that over here, and she's quite kindly created an area for me to build it, which is just over here. Look at this. It's brilliant. I love it. Dreyma, I love it. So this is the area I'm going to build it in. It's a couple of chunks. So I'm going to stick it here. But before I do any of that, look at it. Anyway, enough of that. Before I do any of that, I'm going to whip out my bed and I'm going to do some sleeping. So it's going to be a flying machine kind of setup here. We're going to have a flying machine that's here. All the sugarcane is going to grow in the middle. The flying machine is going to come down to this end and then stop. It's going to be powered by a daylight sensor, so when the time changes, it'll kick off again. I'll show you when I've done it. I'm talking. Look at that. I'm talking when I should be doing. So let me lob down my redstone-y goodness. Lob out my redstone. I'm going to probably need some stone as well. Do I use stone or cobble? I need some wood as well. I'm going to be using planks in the floor. Stairs in the floor to waterlog, which is going to allow me to put water in there that doesn't flow underneath and affect all of the rails. All of the drops are going to be picked up by a hopper minecart as well. So I need my rails chest out. All of that. So first thing to do is to dig out an area here that is 3 levels down. And then we're going to stick down the rails. Now I think this is only going to be temporary. I don't know whether Dreyma's going to leave this here or not, but it's certainly only going to be here as far as I know until they've got enough paper to do what they're doing. But maybe she'll keep it here. Maybe she'll turn it into something else. I don't know. So we've got to make it look half decent on the inside anyway. So let me dig all of this out and then we'll have a look at it when I've done. Well, I've just turned around and look at that. I don't know how long they've been watching me dig over here. Shall we get them in here and have a bit of fun? See if we can get them to kill the guy with the banner first. That way I won't get the bad omen. Go on then, fellas. You all in? You all in? Let's have some fun. Let's dance. Don't seem to be shooting the guy with the banner though, do they? He's the guy they're wanting to kill. Yes, they've got him. Finish you guys off then. Did it all without the bad omen effect. Oh yeah. Quite pleased with myself there. One down. Not sure how many more to go. They must have just spawned in up there and just wandered down, started looking at me. Hey ho, back to work. So I've dug my hole and got rid of my pillagers, and it's a little bit over a chunk wide. I think the hole itself is 19 blocks wide, because that's the total width of a flying machine. The maximum width of a single flying machine can be 19 blocks wide, I believe. We'll soon find out, won't we? So now I need to grab my redstone stuff. Have I got a spare shulker? With nothing in it, maybe? Got to thank Smurf for these. All of these shulkers were gathered by Smurfy on one of his streams. Go and check out his streams if you've not done it already. Streams, was it 4 times a week? 4 different days a week, sorry. Well worth a watch. So we've done that. I need some slime. I need some sticky pistons, observers. I need a couple of repeaters, redstone. Do I need a redstone block? I don't need a redstone block for this. I'm going to need some, I've got some obsidian. I'm going to need some obsidian because I need some immovable blocks. So this is the level. Put my dirt down now, I need some. That's going to be the level where the sugarcane grows on. And underneath here, we're going to have some rails with a hopper minecart on it. That's going to be picking up the drops as they fall off. So the flying machine needs to go. Block placement fills. Lils. Needs to go there. And then we need to get some slime blocks. I think it's 10. I'll double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we're going to have a sticky piston just here. And then a sticky piston facing the other way, and then another 10 slime blocks. Well, 9 slime blocks and a solid block. 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right, so I've just got to dig some more out. Sorry, Dreyma. Right, so I've dug it out. So it's now big enough. It's 19 blocks wide, I believe, is the width of it, or it might be 20 blocks wide. 20 blocks wide, obviously, because each one of these is 10 blocks long. So I've done that. I now need to stick a bit of obsidian at the back of here, because what I don't want is this to go cartwheeling off into the distance, and also, well, it'll stop when it hits the trees, but I still don't want it to do that. So if we stick a block of obsidian there, that's going to stop it from going all the way that way. Sort of act as a handbrake or something like that. And we stick another one just there for the time being. I will move that down the other end, but I need to put the observers on to start with, and the observers need to go facing down on top of these 2 slime blocks here. So if I break that one and stick a temporary block just there, I'll be able to stick an observer facing down there. You see that observer, when it detects a change at the top, will power that piston, that one, through that slime block. Okay, so it fires that piston. Because it's a 1-tick pulse, it causes that. And this is why these flying machines don't work on bedrock. It'll force that piston to drop this line of slime, because it's forced out and back in within 1 tick. It therefore drops this block, and it'll also push that piston out that way as well. And then the observer that's above that slime block is going to fire that piston, firing it out and picking up this line of blocks, pulling it back to what you'll see when I'm doing, when I set it off for the first time. I was just trying to explain the mechanics behind it. It's very clever. But anyway, before I do that, I need another observer there, slime block on top of that. So now if I put a block of obsidian in the same place all the way over there, hopefully I'll get it in the right place. Otherwise this could all end in tears. What do we reckon? Here? Soon find out, won't we? And break this the obsidian block just here. Now if I set this off and running, It should. Let me just break. I'm going to have to break my bed because I think my bed will get caught on it. Don't think the torches will. If it doesn't start, that's why, the torches. Be interesting to see, actually, if that's the case. And then I just need to put a block on top of here so the observer can detect the change in the state of the block above it, and this should start working. There it goes. Bye, Felicia. And it gets to the other side, and I need a bit of chicken. Hungry work, this is. Perfect. So now what I need to do is stick in the rails that go underneath, and then we'll put in the floor where the sugarcane's going to go. And then that's pretty much it, really. It's really that simple. So let me grab my rails. I'm going to start throwing down a few rails. We need somewhere to... Where shall we have the storage area for the stuff to go in? Shall we have it running down this wall for the time being? Oh no, don't get too complicated. It's not staying. Rails, it's not staying. So we'll just have a chest here. I'll have a chest just there, and then anything that goes into the chest, obviously, we'll put a trapdoor above the top of it, so we can get to it. Yeah, we'll do that. Don't talk about it, Frills. Too much talking. A little less conversation, a little more action. So I've got the rails, and they went in pretty easily, actually. I think I'll do a test while we're thinking about it, just to make sure that they get the hopper minecart gets all the way around and back again. It should do. I think it should do. There should be enough oomph in the middle to get him, yeah, easily. So that's that sorted out. As I say, the chest is going to go in here, but I'm not going to have any kind of fancy unloading system, I don't think, on this one. I'm just going to have some hoppers running in this corner. So every time the hopper minecart runs over the hoppers, it's going to deposit the stuff into the chests. I don't think I'm going to need anything more fancy than that. And then those there, I've got to gonna have to power those from up here, aren't I? Yeah. Block. So the problem is, I was going to power it up here, but I can't power it above. Can't power it above there because that's the stuff that the sugarcane is going to be standing on, and I can't power any of these blocks below it next to the hoppers, otherwise it's going to lock the hoppers and stop the stuff from going through. So I'm going to have to power them all from here, which is not going to be a biggie. Yeah. Perfect. And then if I do the same just running down this wall here, that should be more than enough. For this kind of farm, for this farm. The sugarcane is not going to grow and drop that much sugarcane, even despite how big it is. It's not going to drop that much that it won't all get sucked away. I'm pretty sure of that. If it does, then I'll work something out. I'll just come and add some more hoppers. That's not going to be a problem. That should be more than enough. Actually, if I drop a stack of something on the rails and hope ClearLag doesn't take it, we'll be able to see how many items this will suck up on every trip, on every time it goes around. Yeah, so on each run it will offload 26 pieces of sugarcane, and I think that's going to be more than enough. But saying that, I'm going to stick down some more. It won't hurt, will it? I could have done a fancy unloading station over here, but couldn't be bothered. If truth be known. Right, so that's that done. I'm happy with that. I just need to cover the top now, the entire surface with dirt, and then we can work off. Then we can work on getting all of these stairs in there. As I mentioned to start with, I'm using stairs in order to get water next to the sugarcane. Sugarcane will only grow when there's a water block next to it. Now, I'm sure there's a fancy way of doing this, you know, for the most amounts of sugarcane, for the least amounts of water source blocks that's up here. But I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to stick down a line of stairs, and then 2 sugarcane, then a line of stairs, and 2 sugarcane, line of stairs, 2 sugarcane, that kind of thing. That'll give us loads of sugarcane. Cracking. So I'm just going to cover this with dirt. Okay, so I've got the stairs in now, so I just need to waterlog the stairs, but I can't just waterlog them and then pick the water up and move down like I would do if it was a normal trench that I was just filling up with water. I need to make an infinite water source. So we'll just stick one here. So a bucket of water one end, bucket of water the other end. Take the water out of the middle. We have an infinite water supply. Perfect. So I just need to waterlog all of these stairs now. I don't think... Can you do that? No, I didn't think you could. So this is going to be a little bit long-winded, but it needs to be done. Right, that quite probably took longer to do than it did to build the rest of the farm. With all the rails and everything, filling these stairs in is hard work. Maybe I could have done it differently. I'm not going to now. It's too late. It's already done. So now what I want to do is grab some sugarcane. I want the rest of this grass to fill in with more grass. I want it all to be green before we start planting the sugarcane. I don't know whether having sugarcane on it will affect whether or not it goes green, whether the grass grows back on it. I've got no idea. But I'm not going to take any chances, really. So if I can just do the ones that aren't going to leak everywhere. And I've got a little bit of sugarcane, but I noticed when I got the water that Dreyma's got some over there. So I'll go and borrow some sugarcane and get this growing. Dark o'clock again. And then I'll run off down here and grab myself as much sugarcane as she's got. I don't know whether she's got any anywhere else, but there's some here. There's also some in the grounds over there, so I'll have that away. Hello, Mud. Hello, Hugh. Hugh, you look familiar. Do I know you? Hugh? That's brilliant. Brilliant. So I stuck in as much sugarcane as I can get my hands on. Now I need to put in the wall down the bottom. I think I'll just use stone brick. In fairness, Dreyma can probably make it a little bit more nicer if she wants to around the outside of it. I just need to put a wall in at either end to stop the sugarcane because it's being broken by slime blocks. It's going to get pushed quite a long way, so I want to put an end on both ends just so the stuff doesn't just get flown out of the area, get kicked out of the area. but I don't want to make it, you know, too detailed because she might have her own ideas as to how this wants to be decorated. So I need to grab myself some stone brick. I'll use a bit of stone brick. I also need 40 or so furnaces. I need 40 or so blocks that slime isn't going to stick to. So you could use obsidian, you could use the glazed terracotta, or you can use a furnace, which is what I'm going to use. I think it's 40. It might be a few more, might be a few less, can't remember, but 40 sounds about right. So the walls, we'll have to start with the one that's the furthest back, which is, oh my word, it's dark again. So we'll start with the wall that's the furthest back, and we'll start putting that wall down like so. And then we'll need to put another one here. I'm doing that, really only doing that, just to make this back wall flat. Otherwise the wall would go in and that would look a little bit silly, I think. Now I need to stick in the furnaces. I think we'll have the furnaces facing in towards the farm. Again, if Dreyma wants these changing around, she can do. And then we can stick blocks over the top. And the same down here, furnaces. And then just fill in this wall to make it, as I say, nice and flat. Now on top of here, we're going to be putting a daylight sensor, and that's all you need to get this to work. Obviously, as the sun goes across the sky, the light intensity on this block will change, and it's the same overnight. It'll change, and when the light intensity over the top of the daylight sensor changes, the daylight sensor's output changes. The observer block detects that change, and it'll set the flying machine off on its way over there. And then when it gets to the other side, it'll wait again for the light to change, and it'll bring its way back again. It's not a perfect timer because first thing in the morning and last thing at night, the light level changes quite quickly. So first thing in the morning, last thing at night, this is going to work quite quickly. And sort of during midday, between, I don't know, 4,000 ticks and 10,000 ticks or so, it'll move slower. But that'll just give the sugarcane a little bit more time to grow. And overnight it doesn't move as much either, but it will still work overnight. Although if I'm being honest, I don't know whether sugarcane requires light to grow. We'll stick some light in the top, but I don't know whether sugarcane requires light to grow. Don't know. I have to work that one out. So I need to make myself a daylight sensor. So I've got two of those. Now when I stick this one on for the first time, it could flash a couple of times and that will break the pistons. That will break the flying machine. So what I'm going to do is just set it off and running that way to start with. And then I know where to put the daylight sensor. I need to put it on the back of that block there. So if I just stick a normal block there, move the obsidian first, frills, please. Put a block there. That's going to set it off and running. You'll see, look, the slime whacks the sugarcane quite a long way. So there's going to be sugarcane right over the end of that farm, which is why we need ends on it. Perfect. Right, so we'll get that changed for a daylight sensor. Just there. Probably leave those on top, and we'll put slabs along the top of it to stop mobs spawning. We're going to have to light it up anyway because mobs will still spawn inside the sugarcane. Can't put glowstone on here. We can't put torches on stairs, so I can't put torches there. We can't put glowstone on there because it's going to get picked up by the slime blocks and it's going to break the flying machine. So we can't light up inside the farm. We can't plant sugarcane on glowstone like you can kelp. I say that and I don't know whether you can. So I'm going to try it. Pretty sure you can't if I'm being honest, but... No, of course you can't. I knew that. Okay, so I've got the other ending now, so we need to remove that piece of obsidian. Send it back down the other end. Put the daylight sensor back into here. And then just leave it a little while, and hopefully we'll get a fair bit of sugarcane. It should get picked up. Obviously, I'll put a wall on the outside of it, otherwise that stuff's not going to get picked up. Hope clear lag doesn't nick it all. Oh, my face. Now I needed to throw in some furnaces over there, but I didn't give myself enough time to do it, did I? So as soon as it moves again, I'll get over there and put in some furnaces. So we've got 57 already, which is brilliant, really. Only just been going 5 minutes. So if we... What shall we stick on this side? How would Dreyma feel, do you think, if I filled all of this in with dirt so we're on the same level as that? Probably, no, it's not my base. Not my base to do it. So I'm going to stick down some... Let's stick down a wall here. And a bit of glass in here so we can see in, if you want to. So I've had it built now for a couple of hours, been AFK over there in the corner for a couple of hours or so. Everything seems to be working okay. The minecart's carried on working, which is perfect. These guys, the flying machine's been working fine. We've not had a hitch. So I think this has been a bit of a success. I've put glass on the roof. I was going to cover it with slabs, but it got really dark inside, even with the lighting on there. So I decided it's like a greenhousey kind of thing. So I've just put a load of glass over the top of it. Again, I don't know whether Dreyma's going to keep it like that, or whether she's going to put her own little style on it, and whether she's going to knock it down in the end. I've got no idea. But I want to show you how much we've gathered so far. So if I just jump down here. Oh, look at that. I didn't hurt my ankles. So I've put a couple of extra chests here, and the bottom one is already completely full. I've filled that one already, and in the chest down here we've got another couple of stacks or so, which is fantastic for a couple of hours. I think that's brilliant, and I'm very pleased with it. And as I said, it's really easy to build. Just make yourself a flying machine, relatively simple to do, and then plant a load of sugarcane inside. Hop a minecart underneath, and there you go. I was going to do my outro over there as it was flying by. However, I want to show you something back at the base, or just in the Nether Tunnel, coming up to the base. So I'm going to try and find my way out of Dreyma's fantastic base, although I can't remember where the Nether Tunnel was. I'm sure I'll find it, but when I do, I'll meet you over. Oh no, I can't. There might be spoilers. Can't go and show you. Might be spoilers. I'll find the nether portal, and then I'll meet you over at our nether portal. So I was bounded down here the other day, and I noticed a green shulker box, and I mentioned to Smurf why had he left a green shulker box here, and he said it wasn't his. So I came back and had a look inside it, and there was a book inside, a book and quill. So I read it, and it says, "Dear friend, there are those who would seek power. They will seem to investigate, or they will know. By any other name would it smell so sweet, but you could control it all. I ask only your loyalty. PB." Now I've got no idea who PB is. and I've got no idea whether anybody else has had a book, so I'm going to have to ask around. But if you guys know who PB is, and let me know in the comments, please, or let me know what you think this might be all about, because at the moment it's a bit of a mystery. So I'm going to stick that back in there until I've got some more information, and hopefully you guys can shed a bit of light onto that, because I have got no idea. So I'm going to call it a day for today then, everybody. Thank you very, very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you have enjoyed the episode, please don't forget to leave it a like. And if you've really loved it, don't forget to subscribe for future videos. And don't forget to check out all the other alphas. They are all fantastic. This is Frilioth, and I'm out of here.